Hello, folks, and welcome back to this re-recording of, this re-commentary of Kenshi. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No. Shit, didn't work. Da Vinci has fucking frozen. I hate having to do this. It's fucking tedious. Sweet mercy. Oh, alright, take two. 5, wait. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're doing it again. It's been a while since I recorded that the last batch of these post commentaries. It's been a while. It's been a while indeed. I think we've made some progress since on cleaning up Nan's house. We've made some progress. It's been getting harder and harder as... Remember I was saying, like, the place wasn't being taken well care of? Yeah, it's, like... It was okay-ish the first day, but as it's gone on, the place has gotten worse. It literally hurts my lungs to be in there. And those are, like, hunted by 12 flies. 10 flies when I was there the last day. I have crippling OCD, for those who don't know. I'm terrified of dirt. I've actually admitted in Destiny footage. I was on IO at the time. I hate that I have a fantastic memory for this stuff and not anything that I actually want to be doing and, whatnot. But, I've admitted to, having to, wash myself down with soap, but to rinsing my mouth out because of, sheer fucking paranoia. It's a terrible thing to do. I know. But I tell it to myself enough times. But that's just how fucking paranoid I am about it. So being up there and having to deal with that stuff, hellish. And, flies going around. It's not fun. The stuff isn't clean to begin with. So it's hard for me to be there and touch stuff and be there. It's even worse when, there's flying turds going around. That's all I view flies as. Like flying pieces of shit. Yeah, for the arachnophobes in the audience, you see a spider, you get the heebie-jeebies, you feel it on you. Yeah, I'm like that with the flies. Ugh. I can feel them walking over me, particularly my mouth. Because that's the worst place for them to walk. Back of my arm, it's not the worst. I can soak it. It's fine. There, yeah. But yeah, we made some progress there. Found some kids' toys. Stuff ended up being kind of nostalgic, but we can't hold on to everything, so it had to go. Sadly. I held on to some toys from when I was a kid, though. Some, teddy bears and whatnot. I have most of them here already, but there's still a few left up there from when I was even younger. So, those are coming down. Also found an old guitar of mine and keyboard. I don't remember what I've said in previous episodes and what I haven't, so... And to be honest, it's all blurring together. One thing that has stuck with me from previous episodes was the, I am woman, hear me whine bit. Jesus, what the fuck was I on? Making friends. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Because, to be honest, it's true. Like, I'm just watching Ricktal pull around, dead comes by the neck. It's a hysterical image. It's just a... Oh, it's beautiful. I'm not... I'm kind of paranoid about this being synced up right. One thing I realized I did wrong a lot was not timing out or making a loud thing of stopping the recording. I think the best way to stop the recording is to just like not to pause the video in DaVinci, but to just hit stop record, bring that in, and then use that as the stopping point, rather than pausing it, then stopping the recording, because that adds an extra point of failure. I don't remember what I was saying. I really don't remember what I was saying. I got distracted by Grichtal and Debt Comes. I think it was. Oh, yeah. I know. I think I've seen a recurring theme of strong, independent women whining about how hard it is. And it's just like, you're not making yourself sound very strong. Additionally, it's either, well, to be fair, it's either that or being assholes. Either or. I know, a lot of people I find have a flawed definition of what strength means. And they seem to believe that by being a shitbag to people, they're being strong. Male and female seem to have this issue, and it's honestly aggravating to me, because you're just being a cunt. I actually remember seeing a post a while back, and it annoyed me. Like, a guy was tired of the very masculine women in fiction. So he was giving out about the chick from The Last of Us 2. Um, the one with the golf club. Senator Armstrong there. There are people who are annoyed about her. And so he's working on his own work, fair enough. And he had a character in that. And yeah, she was pretty feminine. But she sounded like this queen bitch type. The type that you wouldn't piss on, pour battery acid on if she was on fire. You know? That kind of person. Well, controlling relationships. If you're a lesser man, you don't even get to look at her. And weird shit like this. But he was wrong her because she was feminine enough. It's weird. I don't even remember the full point there. I just remembered, thought of enough there that I was like, oh yeah, that dumb conversation. I just, I just had to look away. It was just like, she sounds like a cunt bag. Who gives a shit if she? They can both catch a bullet. Like, they can just both catch a bullet. Who cares? Who cares how feminine she is? They can both catch a fucking bullet. Well, I suppose once the other commits a violent enough crime to justify catching a bullet, but you get my point. Oh yes, the. Oh yeah, I remember the flow now. So many people have a full definition of strength about being a raging shitbag. And a strong, independent woman, then that kind of amalgamated in my head and reminded me of that conversation. There we go. Sorry, I'm more than a little absent-minded. I forget things very easily. It's very frustrating, as you can well imagine. I'm also realizing that I'm not actually halfway done with this. I thought I was. Or I thought it was closer to halfway done. If it was just a little under kind of thing. I thought it was closer, but I'm very much not. I'm sorry, but there's 5 hours, 29 minutes, 28 seconds, and 39, whatever's directly smaller than seconds. I know of a nanosecond, but I'm not sure if that's a nanosecond. I thought that, you imagine it'll be even smaller. But yeah, a lot of people have a full definition of what strength means. And Male, female, doesn't matter. It's fucking moronic and irritating. I had one teacher, he went on about how if you want something brave done, you need a man to do it, and this was the same guy that would wield a weapon and stalk the classroom, threatening to beat us to death. Keep in mind, none of us were all be armed, and he would have had thrown a major snit fit if any one of us treated him the way he did us. And hide behind his, position as teacher. Like a coward. He can throw his weight around, but couldn't tolerate anyone else doing anything out of line. Only he gets to be a violent shitbag. He would, scream, that's wrong, if anyone else tried it, He was nothing but a craven, violent thug. I believe actually I said I hope he hangs himself in a previous episode. God, I don't know why, but recording this really brings the worst out of me. But maybe not. Let's not go that far. Certainly the surliest out of me, the angriest out of me. Keep in mind, folks, we're only 2 hours 20 minutes in out of 5 hours 29. Maybe I should take a shot of whiskey. Let's take a shot of whiskey. Bring me home, country roads. I think some burnt it out. I really need to deal with this beard. Bit of whiskey got on it, had to suck it off. I do wonder what mod changed the fucking Shinobi sign to the fucking Naruto logo. Am I gonna get the MCA strike by the Naruto IP owners? I know Dark Souls 2 got in trouble about it. Oh, you have enemies wearing masks. That's our concept. It's like, fuck off with yourself. Yeah, I own the concept of fiction. You need to stop. How can I help? Got psychiatric care. I clearly need it right now. Okay, we're approaching the end of Kenshi modded session 6E. Meaning we're going on to Kenshi modded 6F. And I can't scroll any further. But I believe it ends on 6Q. Some are longer than others. Some coming up are very short. Shit and you miss it kind of thing, Actually, probably thinking a swig of whiskey was probably a good idea. I'm a happy drunk. I'm a giddy drunk. So, not that two small swigs of whiskey would be enough to get me drunk, but it's certainly mellowing my mood. I'm too busy distracted with my throat burning. God, I could have taken that earlier. For some reason earlier when I started recording first thing tonight, I got really dry-throated. And eventually evened out, but it took a while. I was recording, here, let me open up the folder. Relentless Frontier. I was recording that. It evened up eventually. How long did I record that for? An hour 30. Oof. That's going to take a while to render. I'm not getting that up tonight. But that's fine. There's Sentry that's gone up for today. And Sawako for tomorrow. Then Relentless Frontier, hopefully the day after. Then Disdain, which was an okay game. I couldn't quite get into it. The enemies were a bit hit scanny. Maybe not as bad as Blood, but maybe that's just because of how fast your character is moving. That now that I think about it, but they were very accurate and very powerful and quite copious. It was quite rough. It was trying to go for like a fast-paced boomer shooter, but with enemies that could turn and just fire. There's a bit of a delay, but uh when you have like 20 guys chasing you, yeah, yeah, you very much have to keep moving, keep running, and even then, that's not always enough. It's very rough, and it just didn't quite grab me. Maybe when there's actually a story to it and more fleshed out, that'll be better. Because what I played was just a proof of concept demo. I then tried Tempest Rising. Let me make sure to emphasize demo on that. This is just on the session files rather than the actual stuff I'll send you, but upload to YouTube. But still, what's going on? Oh, I'm fighting the Highlanders for some reason. They locked up Grigtal. They locked up most of my guys. And animals are dying. Yeah, I imagine I'm gonna reload shortly. There we go. I always feel like I need to min-max, can't have a loss. Even though you could view it as a storyteller at the moment, but it's painful to me, you know? And I don't know how much progress I've lost. But that does bring us to the end of this session. I may have taken some time off to cool my head. Yeah, I'm guessing so. On some level, I'm feeling like, oh, maybe I can count that as a different session and, move on. But no, it wouldn't change shit for me. I would still need to do post-commentary for all this. I'm thinking of uploading what I've recorded previously as a single episode. It's a bit long for an episode, but it's something. $5:29 to 26. And we have 3 hours, 2 minutes something left. 2 minutes 10 left. Oh, this is gonna be the death of me. It was one thing when I had to do it for Cyberpunk. I had old commentary in mind to bounce off of. What happened there was I ended up recording my headset mic rather than my desk mic in front of me. So while maybe leaning into the desk mic, the headset mic was aimed upwards and could barely pick me up. It was very faint. Hiring the audio just went to a lot of I'm talking, very annoying. So I would listen to me, past me, and then I would speak out what past me says. Then I would also include some of my own commentary as, I'll bounce between the two. Always saying what past me said. Maybe sometimes rephrasing it, because I'd have to wait for past me to make his point, quickly say it before he makes his next point. So rephrasings did happen. That was easier to work with because I had something to work with there. And you feel more in the action watching Cyberpunk than here, where it's not clear at all what I'm trying to do. There's no objectives on the map, on the window, there's no nothing. I can be like, I'm building this here, but I don't know my overall scheme or ploy here. I could be gunning down some random thugs on a back street, and then as I'm making my way to an objective in Cyberpunk, but here I have no idea what I'm getting up to. So that's why I just end up talking shop and whatnot. Apparently that has a different meaning to how I've been using it. I think. How I'm using it right now is business talk, channel talk. I'm just saying whatever. I'm telling you what's going on at the back end. Like, oh, we recorded this. Oh, we did that. Oh, things work this way. Things work that way. You know, whatever. What's going on? Alarm raised. I'm not sure what happened here. There was a lot of infighting happening. I have a ton of mods going on here, and at the time there was some things going on that caused infighting between factions that would normally fight, like the trade ninjas and the hub guards and whatnot. And it was very easy for your characters to get pulled into it. And I have no idea why. I don't know what was going on. An inhuman tracker. Not the situation I was thinking of. The inhuman trackers are different crowd. I have no idea. But yeah, the hub guards and the other dudes would end up brawling for a time. I think the innkeep over here got slaughtered. And I think I did get pulled into some of their fights and have to flee. But, I think I might call this quits in a moment. It's 4 a.m. now, and I don't know when I have to wake up. Thinking maybe soon enough. I'll record more of this tomorrow. I'll have an opening, certainly. I think bit by bit I'll get this done. I'll be doing it in pieces. Excuse me. This has really stymied me getting my RTS vids out. Like, I fell behind with my RTS vids because like it was a pain in the ass editing hammer thing because there was like so many subparts. Then I was looking at early Kenshi modded with so many subparts, and then I saw this one with so many subparts, and I was dreading doing these, so I kept putting them off. But eventually I was like, fine, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it, and I did it, and I was like working away good. Then I hit this one where there's no fucking music. Well, no fucking commentary. There is nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing for me to work with. And I have to have commentary here. Some places do mandate that you can't have commentary-less stuff here. You have to have commentary for the recordings to be correct usage. If you don't have commentary, then they may actually tell you to take your video down because it's not transformative enough. I think what I'm doing right now is pretty transformative. I think it'll be hard pressed to argue otherwise. Part of me feels that maybe I shouldn't say this, maybe I shouldn't have this in it, but whiskey is good. I say as if I wasn't sober for the vast majority of this. To be honest, at this point, it's either this or you don't get any more RTS vids. Yeah. And I know you may be saying Kenshi's not an RTS. It's not. But there is the base building element and it's all in real time, so that's enough for me to wrangle it in here. It's either that or I stick it in my RPG backlog, in which case I suppose it could be going up alongside Dark Souls vids as a secondary thing, but I think I'd be much more interested in seeing Monster Hunter. That will be coming up mid-Sekiro. Actually, I started recording in mid-Sekiro well, at the 3/4 mark. But in reality, it's if I ended up making Sekiro a thing I play with mom for a time, and we only played like once a month. We only played like once a month. So in the meantime, I'll play other games. I tried out Red Solstice 2 for a time. Didn't quite get into it. Didn't have the right je ne sais quoi. That I tried. I think I played more last Epoch. But beyond that, I started playing Monster Hunter Rise. But I put in like 20 hours into Last Epoch, 8 hours into Red Solstice 2. So with the 28 hours there, that had actually covered the ending to Sekiro when I went back to it. So even though I went back to Sekiro after 50 hours ish of Monster Hunter Rise, if I upload the other two first, like Last Epoch and Red Solstice 2, finish one then the other, Monster Hunter Rise isn't starting till I do Elden Ring. Maybe even a bit into it. Of course, I could start uploading all three of them simultaneously. That's an option. But I think it's probably not a best idea not to spam me with vids. Maybe. Mayhaps. So yeah, it'll just delay it a bit. Not too long, really. Maybe a month. Monthish. I don't have it all rendered or queued out yet, so it's in the queue. But I was hoping to have like Dark Souls 3 render out and straight into Sekiro, Monster Hunter Rise, Red Solstice 2, Elden Ring. Try and just have it all done out of one big bulk, but because of it tickles my OCD. It tickles my autism. I don't know. I shouldn't say the last point. I've had two different people with, I think one had Asperger's, which is autism spectrum, I think, or vice versa. It's on the spectrum. And another guy with autism. Both felt a kinship with me. They felt a brotherintism. I haven't been officially diagnosed yet. Last time I talked to a doc about psychiatric stuff, he was like, "Oh yeah, I see your filing. You're gay, right?" And it's like, no, like it's no issue with gay people. It's just like that's not what I talked about. He just spasmed out himself and started hallucinating words. What I was talking about had nothing to do with sex whatsoever. The guy was just that shit at his job. So I haven't really been trusting docs with psychiatric issues since. Well, I suppose that wouldn't be psychiatric, but it is a thing of the mind. And they haven't really shown themselves to be the most competent. I know I went to one counselor when I was a kid, and I was actually stressed about going to her. In some ways, I was more stressed about going to her than going to school. And that was the same school that had the psycho roaming the classroom, threatening to beat us to death. It says a lot, yeah. I remember making a joke before. Making a point. I had terrible OCD when I was younger. I still do. But I was made a remark that I managed to be so lazy that I fell out of the OCD panic. So I lazed my way out of it. And so I made that remark, and she found it funny, and she tried to use it again herself. But given the negative standing she has and her negative level of personability, it just came off as her insulting me to my face. And to be honest, even now I have difficulty reading it as anything bad. That's just how she is as a person. She was really fucking hostile. She actually reminded me of the teachers I was having difficulties with, in all honesty. The female ones, at least. Had that same kind of feel as a person. Ever feel that with someone? That they share the same kind of feeling as someone else you know? And I don't mean in a physical sense, in a, this is someone's, spiritual kin, sense. I had a teacher before, felt a lot like my aunt. Felt a lot like her. I know, it's just something about them had the same kind of vibe. I think they would have either gotten on or tried to kill each other if you locked them in a room. It's kind of like the whole clone scenario, you know? They would have either gotten on really well or tried to kill each other. I'm not 100% sold either way. You know, I think I need to have whiskey more. It really calms the nerves. How quickly I become an alcoholic. Say lovely. I'll give this a few more minutes, then I'll call it. Um, Best to get some sleep. It's 10 past 4 right now. Like I said, I'll be doing this in pieces, bit here, bit there, and we'll get through it. If you're wishing I was focusing more on the game, so do I. I feel bad that I don't focus more on the game, but honestly, there's nothing going on for me to talk about. Like, I don't know, I just feel disconnected from the whole thing. It feels like I would have great difficulty actually commentating on it because I have no idea what I'm planning, what I'm thinking here. It's a mystery as much to you as it is to me. This footage is over 2 years old. And there's no commentary, there's nothing going on. That person wants a conversation. Oh, paying a bounty. Oh, yeah. I remember having difficulties getting paying the bounty options because my character would run in and I'm not paying attention, and the guard would be chasing after, and it's like kill, and it's just like what? So yeah, I wish they could force the conversations more rather than slowly walking after you, then just trying to mug you in the streets. I wish they could force the conversation more, like stop there, evildoer, and it's Skyrim guards or what have you. Like they could catch you and force the conversation rather than relying on you to notice them when they're doing their best not to be noticed. So, will be nice. I do wonder how long we'll have to wait for Kenshi 2 to come out. I've been looking at keeping the odd eye on updates and whatnot, but they haven't talked about it in a bit. So I just wonder. I wonder how the development's going. I wonder. I do wonder what it's gonna be like. Are they going to like a lot? One issue with game development, is that when sequels come out, they make it more accessible to people. They dumb it down. They change the essence of the game. They make it more accessible. Ah, yes, this was a horny bait game. That's why we're going to dress them all as very chaste nuns and have them have like a negative bust, and try and make them as unsexy as possible. Wait, why is our audience leaving? Let's double down. That's sometimes how it goes. Or like let's be less dramatic about it. Um, they dull the mechanics. They make the game less deep to appeal to a wider genre, a wider audience. Like look at the like Elder Scrolls games. From what I've heard, like as each one goes on, they become less and less of an RPG. There's still RPG there to them, but it becomes less fleshed out, less deep than previous iterations, apparently, if what I've heard is true. I actually have on the docket. I had a blog before, and I had stuff done out on it. Maybe not as concrete as I'd like, but properly done out as I'd like. But I listed out games that I was interested in. But I should revive that. But anyway, what I'm trying to get at is on the docket is actually the Elder Scrolls games. I want to finish what I'm doing with the FromSoft games. I want to play through them from the beginning again, do all this stuff. There's just something I need to get sorted first. And that requires money, and I'm broke right now. We're actually in a bit of a tight financial situation. I was talking about it on Twitter, so it's fine for me to say here briefly. Both myself and Mum are on disability. We can't work. And I don't make a cent off this channel. I don't make a cent. I could have monetization right now, but because Logan Paul, I think it was Logan Paul. It was one of the Logans. Or Pauls. It was one of those guys, apparently there's brothers. I never knew till a friend told me recently. Well, it was probably a few months back by this point, but whatever. One of them went around to Japan making a nuisance of himself. So his punishment, his terrible, grievous, back-breaking punishment, was for this million sub YouTube account, was that if the minimum for monetization on YouTube was raised to 1,000 subs. That was his punishment. This guy with 1 million subs was truly going to suffer under that raise in monetization restrictions. That was his punishment. I have words I could say, but I'm not going to say them. I'm going to bite my tongue right here. But I'm going to will it through, like, untapped psionic potential into your mind. So, anyway. Let's put my Xavier bit there. But, yeah, I don't make sense of this channel. But, yeah, both me and Mum are on disability. Or I should say, Mum was on disability. The local government has decided that, no, she's not on disability anymore. And, no, she's fit to work. She's not. She struggles. She's fibromyalgia and she's arthritis. And basically, when you fibro, everything goes to shit. And she can go into fibro flares. So basically, she's difficulty lifting, bending. She has to rest a lot, just doing normal household stuff. But then, if she goes into a flare, she can be crippled for 2 to 3 months. Getting up off the sofa becomes a Herculean task to her. Something she can and will do, but she'll be in excruciating pain the whole time. And due to her sensitivity to medications, she can't take painkillers. She just has to tank the pain for those 2 to 3 months. She can barely get up off the sofa. She can't drive. She can't work if she goes into a flare. But according to the local government, she's fine. So yeah, we're in a very tight situation right now. But yeah, there's something I want to do first, and it's going to cost a bit of money for me to do it. Presuming this will work right. I'm not entirely sold on it. It might work fine, it may not. I'm hoping it does. It's frustrating. Wish I'd done it years back, it would have been fine then, but we'll just have to work what we have now. But I have a plan for a video that I want to do, but part of me insisted on keeping it all hush-hush till it comes out, but I don't know why. I'm getting closer and closer each day to just saying fuck it. But, Sylvie. But yeah, that's going to cost a bit of money, which is delaying getting... Which, and our financial situation delaying us having that money to do it. So... But yeah, so I can't get the From stuff done just yet because of that. That's what I'm trying to get at. I want to finish the FromSoft stuff first. There's something there that I want to do that will require a chunk of cash out of me. And I don't have money at the moment, so that's delaying me doing that, delaying me doing the FromSoft stuff. When the FromSoft stuff is done, I'm currently weighing up right now in my head what I want to do after it. I'm torn between starting at the very first Elder Scrolls game and playing that, and working my way through the series. Like I did with Dark Souls. Started 1, 2, 3, and then I went to Sekiro and Elden Ring. I could start with Elder Scrolls Arena and play on through there. But at the same time, probably wants to skip to someone like, say, Morrowind or Skyrim, you know? I don't know. When I go to do it, I'll let me then decide how I'm going to go about it. I'm also thinking of playing the Yakuza games, of which I have numerous of them. I'm also thinking of playing the Devil May Cry games, which I have numerous of them. Here, let me quickly check Ooh, we're coming to the end of 6F, going on to 6G. The Okay, I have the Devil May Cry HD collection, which I think is 1, 2, 3. Is it 4 as well? I think it's just 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, it's just 1, 2, and 3. I have to buy 4 separately. God damn. The Devil May Cry original first game soundtrack is 16 quid. Same with Devil May Cry 2. Devil May Cry 3 is 18 quid. Jesus Christ. Ooh. I have DMC 5. And I have the Dental King himself. I'm missing DMC 4, it seems. Easily resolved. Yakuza. I have Yakuza 0. Yakuza Kwami 2. 3 remastered, 4, 5 remastered. 6 Song of Life. Thought I had 7 as well. Maybe I just thought about getting it at some point and thought I did. Or it's that's not like a dragon? No, I just don't have it. So yeah, I'm torn between doing Devil May Cry and Yakuza. Right now, because I've been listening to Virgil's team from DMC5, I am very inclined towards getting doing Devil May Cry. Very inclined. I actually went to go do it before on June 20th, 2022. But I didn't have a controller at the time, and the keyboard controls were painful. People just talk about, Dark Souls being terrible on keyboard and mouse. They're actually fine. If you want to see true pain, look at the DMC controls for keyboard and mouse. Well, keyboard. No. That would just look painful. So I said no. The FromSoft PC controls are actually just fine. They can be a little murky with some bits, a little messy, but they're actually perfectly usable. I don't see the issue at all. You still need a hell of a gamer core to play it on, controller. You're not really missing much there, So I'm not seeing the problem. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm missing some vital insight. God, I really want to go and play Devil May Cry now. Yeah, I know Devil May Cry 2 is hated, but I will be playing that as well. I plan on playing the series. Damn it, I got Virgil's team just stuck in my head now. It's fantastic. Like, truly, it's a fantastic song. I'll play it here, but I probably shouldn't. So, Devil May Cry HD collection, Devil May Cry 5, and the DMC Devil May Cry, the hated one. I will actually play the hated one. It just feels right to do so. I'll play Devil May Cry 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll do the hated one. I may list it as the hated one. And DMC, the hated one. In brackets. And then DMC 5. I probably may go about it that way. That sounds funny to me, so I may do that. Actually, speaking of this, I know the little bits I'm remembering of DMC that I saw White Void White Void Jojo do. It's making me think of Darksiders 2. The four horsemen of the apocalypse game. In that one, he plays Death. Um, I know. I'm thinking of that. Maybe you get a sight in both games, something like that. Um, I should get back to playing that game. I started it ages back before I got this PC, and I never continued it. I've actually been terrible about finishing games for some reason. I just pick them up and I lose interest after a time. Tension drifts away. I get distracted by something else and ooh, shiny, and I'm gone. Probably doesn't help that I'm caught up with for a moment I was scared I paused this. Not that to be honest, I could just talk, rant and rave, and it doesn't even matter if I'm synced with it or not. I'm not paying attention to it. I've just been terrible at focusing and finishing a game. The FromSoft stuff has been grand. I've been rabid about them. They really scratched the right itch. But this stuff, the other stuff, I've started Bioshock Infinite and never finished that. I've started Stalker and never finished that. None of them are bad games, and atrociously so. I just lose focus. I just lose attention. I'm still meaning to go back to them. I'm just dragging my ass. So, yeah. But anyway, it's nearly 4:30. I should call it here. I've made a chunk of progress. I'll hang out another 4 minutes 25. 4 minutes 25. That will bring me up to 3 hours. Then there's only 2 hours 29 left. I can't remember. I said this in a different game, in a different session, but I'm going to say it here because I stand by this point and it gives me something to talk about for the remaining 4 minutes. I'm reading the Kuga manga. Kamen Rider Kuga. And it's different to the show. The character designs are different. Everyone's pretty much redesigned. Some of the Grungy. But that's the enemies. The Grungy are redesigned. They could be completely new Grungy. Some of them are redesigned to the point where they look like completely new characters anyway. But there's a Grungy in it. A girl. She's the... You see her in the first 2 books, but you get to see more of her here in the 3rd book because he's going to fight her this time. It's her turn. If you don't know the plot for Kuga, there was an archaeological dig that unearthed sarcophagi. Except when the mummies moved, it got up and killed everyone at the site. When Godai and his archaeologist friend goes to investigate, she was on the team, but she wasn't there on the dig that day. She was doing the language study back at base. They go to investigate, they find the remaining belt. Or maybe the police are the ones who find it and they hand it over to them. One of the Grungy comes to try and claim the belt. Godai plays hero and distracts the Grungy, baits the Grungy after him. He also puts the belt on to keep his hands free. He tries to fight the Grungy, and with each time he punches him, he transforms. And he comes to realize he can use his power to fight the enemies, and he does so. He's very much focused on keeping people smiling. He's like a puppy, you know? Like with some of the riders, you want to fight alongside them, you know? It's like, yeah, Hongo or Ichimonji, yeah. Or, Stronger. Oh, I love Stronger. He's so arrogant. He's beautiful. But with Kuga, yeah, fight alongside him. Or run ahead of him and kick the fucking shit out of the enemies. Like, how dare you rob him of his smile? Stop. Bite the fucking curb. Like, how dare you? Because he's just a fucking puppy. He's this precious thing. He's like a Labrador turned human. He's just this really sweet thing, which made this later on fight scene you may have seen on Twitter, where he tackles the bad guy out the window, straddles him, and just starts beating him down. It's this fight scene where he gets fucking pissed because that bad guy doesn't kill. He's out of the mook of the week. He is Kuga's opposite. He's as much his opposite as the main bad guy is. Both, like, others kill because that's their thing. They see the humans, let me find the term here. They call the human Rinto. Or Rinto? Rinto, maybe. Whatever. They call the humans that term. And they view them as lesser and weaker. And, things for them to kill. Their boss has this whole, like, ascension thing through a game. Humans are too easy for them to kill. To kill without rules. It's a game. Games have to have rules. If we can just do whatever, it's not fun. And for them, killing humans is simple. So they have to have restrictions and rules to it. Like, one could only kill in bodies of water that follow the musical scale. The places where she was killing had to follow that musical scale. Like, do, re, mi, fa, so, it had to, that had to be in the name or whatever. I can't remember the full thing of it. But she would go to swimming pools and murk people in them. They would just get, like, toxic shock or something and start floating in the water. Kids show. I can't remember where I was going with this. But, yeah, anyway, the one here at the start, past my deadline. Well, every minute's a good minute. The one here at the start of the chapter is chapter 10. They call it episodes. Episode 10, targets. It's the first chapter of 4 of issue 3. Oh, so the English translation for this is so fucking slow. We got like 2 in 2023. Actually, the next one may have been put off to 2024. Maybe. Actually, no, we may have gotten. I think we got 1 in 2022, and then 2 in 2023, with the fourth one being put off to 2024. I don't know. But they're slow in making these. I don't know why they're so slow. I'm sure there's reasons for it, but I hear a lot of stuff about the industry, how it's like people doing translation work for animes aren't well paid. If you're good at translating, you move on to better paid fields. So the only people who stayed behind are people who enjoy altering the work to suit their ideology, or like, look at the to Dragon Maid anime, starting weird feminist dialogue in for Quetzalcoatl on stuff like this. So it's either people that enjoy doing that, or I know the real passionate people who like the field, who like manga and whatnot. And it honestly feels like it's more of the former than the latter. Oh, and people that aren't good at it, them too, they stick around too. I think I had another point there, but I lost my train of thought. I got kind of distracted by the game. But anyway, what I'm getting at is the one here at the start of issue 3. Oh yeah, what I was saying was, yeah, this translates really slowly. They may have legitimate reasons for it, but I keep hearing horror stories about the industry, about it being poorly paid, overworked, the people that are there not necessarily being the most competent. The best people end up moving off, so some people passionate about manga and anime stay around, but so do a lot of failed writers. Apparently, a common jibe towards shitty translators is that they're failed writers hoping to co-opt someone else's work and rewrite it to, as their way of making a mark on the literary world. They could never make it with their own work, but they can piggyback and write fanfic and put it under someone else's name and make their mark that way. I'm trying to write my own stories myself, and I'll be writing them under a pen name. I'm not going to say much here, but I'm scared that they won't be good. That's why I'm writing under a pen name. That way I can disassociate from it. I'm a bundle of confidence here. But if someone bastardizes my work, writes fanfic under my name, if the laws in the country allow it, I want a death sentence. Death fucking sentence. I don't care. Like, it's one thing, okay, you have to translate things, and the phrasing doesn't translate fully because, different languages, not everything has it, especially with how way I talk, inventing phrases. That's fair enough. You do what you can, but if you start changing character personalities completely, start inserting your own humor, even if it doesn't fit, start doing your own shit that doesn't fit with what's there. If you have to make adjustments to accommodate for language and, whatnot, fair enough, that's fine, I can tolerate that. But if you're bastardizing my work to fit your failed writing career, to fit your sense of humor, to make an in-joke for your ideology, push your ideology, do that, yeah, no. Head on the block. I may sharpen the axe. I may feel like I need a workout that day, That being said, I have actually no issue. Say if I do write and finally get my novel out, and someone's like, "I want to write fanfic." Yeah, they feel free. I don't give a shit. And let's say they wanted to get make money off it. Like I know in Japan, people can make their own manga and sell it, and it could be based off like Metal Gear Solid, or like I think someone did make a manga of Solid Snake going camping with the cute girls from that cute girl camping anime. He goes camping with them because a guy in the show shares the same voice actor as Solid Snake. It's the same dude voicing both of them. So someone did up a manga of Solid Snake going camping with them. So, and they could sell it. People have sold Toho manga. They take the characters and do their own story with them. I've no problem with fans doing that. If they want to do that, that's fine with me. If some fan as a passion project, like, look at the Stardies. If some fan wanted to make something like that from one of my works, I'll be chuffed. Chuffed to pieces. I suppose the only people I wouldn't want freely making work of mine would be, like, a studio. Like a proper full this is the extreme side of it. I don't ever see this happening. I barely see a fan making work, but it's just kind of I was thinking about it earlier, and it's just like, just thinking it through, where I imagine I'll draw the line somewhere. Where would it be? And I guess maybe it will be like a large studio. They would have to go through me. But if it's just a fan passion project, I don't give a shit. That's fine. But, yeah, if someone's translating or adapting my work as, like, an official piece, they got to do it fucking right. Not start writing fanfic and put my fucking name to it. I take issue with that. As you can imagine, from me saying I want their head on a shopping block. Obviously, I wouldn't literally push for it. But I would remain... If anything's being done, I would retain veto power and, power to axe the project then and there if they start fucking about. If it's being done, it's got to be done right. I'm also imagining none of my work would probably go with live action. It'd have to be probably like an animated thing. 2D, 3D. Like, if it could be the same studios, I'm not sure if it's an in-house thing or otherwise, that did the Resident Evil movies, the CGI ones, the good ones. Yeah. If it was them, that would be beautiful. That'd be fantastic. But anyway, what I was getting at here was the chick, the grungy at the start of issue 3 here. She's very cute. Whoever's doing the redesigns, uh, the art was done by Hitosu Yokishima. I'm not sure how to say that. Hitosu Yokishima. I'm not the best with pronunciations. If they were the ones who did the redesigns, they were the ones doing the art. My god, I hope you've done more art of her. Like, my fucking god. I don't see her living past this issue. I have yet to finish reading it. But you were, like, as the kids would say, you were cooking there. Like, my god. Actually, I may have said this already in the previous episode of this re-commentary. I don't care. It's worth saying many times. She is... I could fix her. I've actually issues taking the issue seriously because the whole time is like, no, Kuga, let me do it. I can fix her. I'm sorry, she just does it for me. Look, when it comes to my channel, I'm not often horny on main. But I'm being fucking horny on main here. She does it for me. The killiness, we can work on. But we can refocus it. But I believe I made my point. Now, it's not only alcohol that provokes the desire, but anyway, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna leave. Before this gets any more horny. So, I sincerely hope you enjoyed this, and I do hope you join me again soon. If there's anything at all you'd like to tell me, please let me know in the comment section below. That is what it's there for. Though, that being said, I'm not quite sure how I'll be cutting this. I may be just deciding, fuck it, this is an episode. Or... I may, like... I know when I've done... This is my third batch. I did a first batch, then a second batch, then a third batch. It will ignore the failed ones. And I'm thinking at present of just combining the first and the second batch together and just making that an episode. So I may do another batch tomorrow and make these two an episode. Regardless, if there's anything you want to tell me, let me know in the comment section below. I do hope you're enjoying this somehow, and I hope you join me again soon. Don't worry, once I'm done with this, which won't be too much longer, an hour and... No, it's 2 hours... 2 hours 17, and so many seconds. There's 2 hours 17, so many seconds left, I do believe. It's 3 hours 12 to 3 hours 29. It's 3 hours 12 to 5 hours 29. Once this is done, I'll be back to the normal episodes of, present commentary and, me not being like, I hate being here. Grumble, grumble, grumble. It's gonna be none of that. It's gonna be back to the normal stuff. And then we'll be going on to other things, and then eventually hitting Banner Award. And then like a year of... It's not gonna end up being a year. There's 195 episodes, and that works out to being over a year's worth of modded RimWorld. It's not going to work out to being a year's worth. It's not going to be an even 30 minutes each thing, because like a session may end, like I may cut up, and I get to the last episode and it's 45 minutes. It could be 29 minutes. This thing goes on, I'm doing a thing in it, and it's like, fuck it, here, an hour episode. Have fun. It's not going to end up being over a year of footage, but it could be if I played it strict. So there's a lot of Modern RimWorld, and I recorded that in about a month. 2 years ago. over 2 years ago at this point. I don't think I continued it into October. As of time recording, it's the 18th of October at 4:45 in the morning. I need to go now. I need to leave. So, I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this, and I'm gonna be horny elsewhere. Again, no, Kuga. I can fix her. No, like, seriously. If it was indeed, Hitoshi Yokishima, HITOTSU, YOKOSHIMA, if they're indeed the ones who did the redesign for that one, my god, were you cooking. Like seriously. Mwah. There cannot be enough fan art of her out there. If I had money, I would commission it. I would. If you want to help me commission art of that grungy, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share my videos to your friends, loved ones. Spread it around like a venereal disease. Just do it in such a way that everyone's happy to catch it. I feel I need to hold pox parties for my YouTube vids now. I think I should have a bit of alcohol more often. I think I should. Tipsy Palanai is fun Palanai. But seriously, just on one other note before I go, if fans did do fan work of my novels, they liked them so much that they wrote their own fan works, I'll be honored. You know, I would be honored that people like my work so much to do so. If they started doing like animations like Astartes, or just fan animations to begin with, because they like my work so much, I would be fucking honored. I certainly couldn't stiff them, like, you know, if they wanted to sell it and make a bit of money off it. Couldn't stiff them for it. It's like, you know, that's fine with me. That's no, as long as it was marked as fan work. Like they, you know, like how with the Team Force, they did the bridges, they put a warning at the start. Yeah? Like, this is a fan-made parody, you know, support the official release. Something like that, I guess. Just something to say, look, we took this guy's characters, we took this guy's setting or ideas, we are putting our own spin to it. These won't be accurate to the original characters. If you want to see the accurate versions of the characters, read the official release. You know, look at the official works. You know, just a little thing of saying, like, yeah, this originates from some other guy, but this is our work on it. You know, take pride and, you know, ownership of it. Yeah, that's fine. You've put down your demarcation and that's it. There could be something else to it. You know, when I get an agent, they may have a point to make here or there. You know, obviously, I haven't gone through all that rigmarole yet, so this isn't a concrete thing of it. But as far as I'm concerned, thus far, I'm not seeing anything else to it. But I'm not exactly well versed in this stuff. So, you know. But, you know, barring any, you know, unforeseen consequences or issues, you know, problems, yeah, I don't care. You know, if someone likes my work and wants to do fanfic, I'm not going to go after them. Apparently some writers do. And I wouldn't give a damn if they wanted to make money off it. If they can actually, you know, print that stuff up and, you know, sell it, actually make money off it, there's no skin off my nose. Some part of me will be like, I would like to see some of that money, damn it. But, no. There's no need for me to see it. That's their work. You know? I'm sorry, I like money. But I'm not such a cheapskate that I'll demand it, or, you know, something. As long as they demark it as their own work, maybe based off my stuff, sure, but their own work. I don't care. They aren't writing fanfic in my name. They're taking ownership of it. You know? And that's what matters. Too many people don't do that and plastered in the original author's name. You know? so many, adaptions are little more than fanfic, and they stick the author's name on it. Tolkien's, you hear Ring of Power. It's based off Tolkien's work, tangentially, vaguely in some semblance. You wouldn't really call it Tolkien's work, but it's more of a bastardization, maybe a bastardization of a bastardization, from what I hear. I could never bring myself to go watch it. No real interest, to be fair. But anyway, I'm going on too long. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, if someone did want to do a thing of my work, more power to them. They could even sell it and make money. As long as they properly market as a fanfic, I don't care. As long as it's a fan work, I don't care. If it's a proper studio, then yeah, they can come to me. They can kiss the ring. But if it's a fan work, if it's some friends making a thing together, like some little like ode to a series they liked, I'm hardly gonna be pissy about that. But if it's some proper development studio and stuff, then they can come and kiss the ring. It's just people would treat them differently. Oh, this is such a studio, it would alter perceptions of my work. But if it's Joe Schmo writing a fanfic, no one's gonna give a shit. No one looks down on whatever the sort. I think it was Harry Potter. I think My Immortal came from that. No one looks down on Harry Potter for My Immortal. But a shitty, big budget adaptation does leave a sour taste in people's mouth about works, So, I'm more touchy about an official, well, not an official thing, but a big budget version than a fan work. What am I trying to do? Oh, okay. Guess I want to put No, I realized, I fucked up. But, I really hope they do fix that padding there in Kenshi too. They do have a tendency to glitch out when they go up those stairs. Wonder if the other houses, the bigger houses, are any better. Like, say, the barracks next to me, or there's another one I built before. I wonder if the other building, like, those are the storm houses I'm currently in there in the game. If this is synced up right. I was building some chests on top of a storm house. I wonder if the other buildings, how they are with padding. Could be better. Could just be the storm house that's fuck. But anyway, like the barracks there, or there's some other building type, I don't know its name. I built it in a previous thing way over in Blood Mist. It was in the Hybrid area. But anyway, just before we go, we're currently on 6J, which is a very short session. Like, seriously, we're half through it right now. Nearly 3/4. So, I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you join me again soon. If there's anything at all you'd like to tell me, please let me know in the comment section below. Again, I don't know how I'm going to edit this up, but this is me signing off for now, as I've gone on for an extra hour, it seems. Longer than I intended, and I have to get up early. So, I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you join me again soon. We're on to 6K now. Hopefully these are all in order. Previous ones weren't. I had like 6Q right after 6B, or in the middle of it. It's botched a previous recording. It deleted a chunk of it. Maybe it wasn't 6Q. I'm not sure. It's been too long. But anyway, we're on 3 hours 23 minutes now of the thing, and I need to go. I must rise and go now, and go to Innisfree. But first, I probably should get some pants on. Till then.